It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see Cole Holcomb, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Commanders and the Lions, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis. And CD, our quarterbacks taking center stage here for each of their respective offenses. Carson Wentz of the Commanders, Jared Goff of the Lions.
And I think for me, and this isn't an original thought by any stretch, and probably for these two head coaches as well, the key for them is going to be limiting the turnovers, limiting the free possessions. I mean, this isn't saying anything you don't already know, but you've got to be able to make the most out of your drives and see if your defense can help you out and take the ball away from the other team.
Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
After the sack on first down, Wentz, they'll set up the screen for Gibson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Now Wentz on 3rd down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
Throwing now is Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Now a first down throw, Goff. And this one is incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. And this is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the running game with Swift. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Here's Wentz to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Goff. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's complete right around the 8. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can. Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think? I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up on my cues. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 23.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Forced out to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down. catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
To throw is Goff. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On play action, it's Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Gets past one man. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Time for another look at this Lions offense.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Goff now to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that it'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Jonathan Allen coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Seven, our score after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Swift going to try up the middle.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Goff. This is caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that's
sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Here's Goff. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The coverage good. The pressure good. Leads to the sack. And it's 3rd and goal now.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad. But a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night, a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later.
This to McLaurin out on the left side.
Wentz finding McLaurin there for the Commanders first.
Not to take him for granted, but it was business as usual for Terry McLaurin, up over 1,000 yards for the 2nd straight year. Now he gets to work with Carson Wentz in Washington, and may be the best receiver Wentz has had to throw to in his entire 7-year career. That connection yields a 1st down with that throw.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the 1st half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Goff now looking to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
A run here for J.D. McKissick.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? People say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A nice little juke. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. So here are the Lions to take over. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now.
From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Only 7 players crossed 1,000 yards rushing last season, and one of them was Gibson, who made a big jump forward in his 2nd season. Entering his 3rd campaign, he cemented himself as one of the building blocks for the Commanders.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Winston Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Wentz to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the 1st half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Now a 1st down throw, gone.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff over the middle, hauled in by Sharp.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And maybe a little frustration from Goff as he'll turn and call a timeout, as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Goff on 1st down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
To the air again, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, Goff steps away to his left, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We start with a couple of franchises looking to make a move here in 2022. Miami heading north to take on Baltimore. And it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Patriots needing to hold on and win this one on the road to avoid falling to 0-2. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Nick Chubb has a touchdown run. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At about the 32. Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Wentz now on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run with McKesson, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. Under pressure, and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot?
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
A.J. Boye with a pick.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Taking it about the 1. On the return, Williams. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Another shot now for this Lions offense.
The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Now it's Swift. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. Gone. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Swift. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Here's Swift. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll try the air now with Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Goff now to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders' offense set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter. So time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and it's shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a handoff to Swift. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Swift. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st and 10, Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. To throw is Goff. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
Throwing again is Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Swift is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Ross St. Brown from 4 yards out. And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Wentz. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is most possible. Try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now Wentz again.
Going right back to Dotson.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 31, Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
To throw is Wentz. Flush to his right. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Robinson. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I would think down 2 scores at this point in the 4th quarter, even with the loss there on 1st down, this has got to be 4-down territory. If you're the field goal kicker, your only purpose now is if you can run out for a pass or actually carry the ball into the end zone. Otherwise, don't even look at the coach.
2nd down and goal. Wentz. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Charles Harris in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer, and they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Bobby McCain on the tackle. Brings up third down.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
69 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Goff on first down. Well, this is caught by Williams.
Cross pass. Complete to Jameson Williams. 4 yards on the pickup.
Throwing again on second down. Goff. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. There's Goff. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. To throw again on second down, Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The offense on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
No, I'm thinking about the mental focus. A mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And it's gonna be batted down, and will go the other way with the football.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. On first down, it's gone. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Here's Goff. Touchdown! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys...
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
We're part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play, because remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Wentz now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Here's a give to Gibson.
A little juke. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. They need a lot more than that coming up here on 3rd down.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
That's interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver, fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Again, it's Wentz. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. Buying time to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
A gain of 15. First down, Washington.
On first down, Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Levi Onwuzurike in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Lions, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.